All right, Coach, opening statement on this past weekend for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, I think obviously a tough loss. Felt like we let one slip away that we should have had, and credit McNeese for making the plays to win the game that we didn't. I thought our guys, played hard, saw some improvement. I liked the game plan we had going into it, but we've got to learn how to finish and learn how to win. That's the biggest thing, that we never put them away. Had many opportunities to put them away and didn't do it, and that's a killer instinct. That's what we've got to figure out how to do. And I think we walked down there and thought we could show up and just play. We play an NAIA team. We play North Texas and get after them. We heard all week long how good we played against North Texas. I think we started feeling our oats, or whatever the saying is there, and it just thought we could just go out there and play and win. And other team has scholarships too and good players, and we let them hang around, and it bit us in the butt. But it's just a gutting loss. I've never lost a game on a Hail Mary before, and we have now. I've never lost a game on fumbling on air through the back of the end zone when you're fixing to go up, 17 points, and so that was gutting for our players, because we know players and coaches alike, we let one slip away, and we got to be better. But there's a lot of football left. That's game 3 of the season, and so everything still lies before us if we learn from it and respond. And who knows? Maybe we'll look back just like a lot of things in life. Oh, why did this happen to me? You look back on it, it ends up being a blessing, help you get to where you want to be. But very disappointing, and we're better than that, and we got to be better.
Turn it over to the media.
Yeah, Coach, first of all, you mentioned the Hail Mary. What went into that decision to not drain the clock, but then give them the opportunity to throw that?
Yeah, that's a great question. We've got them. I thought everybody wants to talk about a couple of plays like that. I thought we have them 3rd and 15 on the 2-yard line with about 2 minutes to go, and we don't play the correct technique on the coverage and give up the first down, but we're aggressive there. You want to try to win the middle 8 in a football game and gain that one last possession, and so we didn't field the punt. We were going to get the ball back with roughly 2 minutes to go, and we let the punt go over our head and end up starting on our 12, 14-yard line, whatever it was, and we ran 3 straight run plays there to get the first down. They start burning their timeouts, and we try to take a shot, check it down, end up out of bounds. The last play, we run a quarterback draw, and we're going to run to the field, and if we run to the field, we pick up 12, 15 yards, and the clock still runs. And we didn't execute the play the way it's designed, and end up having to punt, and therefore they got one last possession with 3 seconds left, and that's a play that we have practiced. We call it penny. We've got 8 guys down there, 4 on 4. You're supposed to block out. I mean, we've practiced defending a Hail Mary. I think we figured it up 18 times since the start of fall camp, and we didn't get it done. It's a low percentage pass, and we had him sacked, didn't hang on to him, and didn't do our job down there in the end zone, and they get a cheap subbing and really, took the wind out of our sails there at halftime, and we weren't mature enough to overcome that.
And a couple times passed on a field goal opportunity. Like, what was the decision?
4th down decisions there in the 4th quarter. Those are, I think the first one that you're referring to is probably the 4th and 5, 4th and 6. They're on about our 28, 29-yard line. We're up 10, and a field goal does you no good. Going into that decision, where we're at right there. Our deep snapper's been hurt. He didn't play the second half. We had to play a freshman deep snapper. He's just now getting back. Chris Campos has been in the training room all week with a leg injury. I mean, he's still doing a good job. I've got complete confidence in him, but that's a 42-yard field goal that really does you no good. It takes a 10-point game to a 13-point game. If it's the first quarter, you kick it, but in the 4th quarter, the odds is, everything shows you go for it and you try to put the game away and win. And we didn't do that. We run up. We know we're going to get pressure. We don't pick up the pressure. We don't protect from the inside out. So we got to rush the throw. Still hits in the hands. We don't make the catch, and so it's their ball. And so, but that's what goes into that one is a lot of analytics. It's like being up 3 to 6 doesn't help you. 3 to 10 does, and so you go for it. The other 4th down call was 4th and 3. They're at the 39. We're out of field goal range there. That's a 57-yard field goal. Not doing that when you're up 3. And you know, I'm sitting there. I say, all right, well, let's golf kick. Let's pin them. We pinned them great in the first half. They start on the 3-yard line. Defense 3 and out. And let's go. And so I felt like we could do that again and execute that. We didn't execute it and didn't execute the golf kick. We're in position to and didn't do it. And then they drove down the field and won the game and beat us by 4. If I'd kicked the field goal earlier, maybe they'd beat us by 1, and maybe that'd make us feel better. But I wish I had that one back. You know, I mean, hindsight is always 20/20, and then it's easy to sit there on Monday morning. I'm right there with everybody else on Monday morning. I should have gone for it, should have kicked it, but that was our thinking going into it at that time, why we chose to do what we did.
And what was conversation like with Bruce Harmon after fumbling that ball through the end zone?
You know, they're on the field. I tried to, you know, build some confidence in, laugh it off, play the next play, and you know, we talked about as a team today. You know, we show plays that matter, you know, good and bad, and there's a lot of plays that we did well, and then there's a lot that we didn't do well as a team, and so I show all those, and so then we can go back and we can have Bruce Harmon stand up. Did Bruce Harmon lose the game for us? No, he didn't. You know, lots of other guys lost the game for us on this play and that play. That's one that everybody sees. And, oh, my gosh, it's a 17-point. Yes, it is. And why we're, you know, it's why we teach not to change hands as a defensive player carrying the football. We're not offensive players. We don't change ball hands. There's no need for it. And to fumble it out of the back of the end zone, not knock it back in. I mean, oh, let's focus on that. And, yes, that's a killer. That one lost us. But so did go back to the, you know, 3rd and 15, first half on the 2-yard line. Let's go back to the protection we didn't pick up. The 4th and 3 that we punted there at the end. On 3rd and 3, if we block the front side of zone, there is nobody, you know, they cut Q off. Quaylon Jones, who rushed for 155 yards, it's him on the goal line if we block 3rd and 3 correctly. And so it's not Bruce's fault. We win as a team, we lose as a team, players and coaches. I told them nobody deserves more than this guy right here. And like I say, no one goes out there trying to lose, and that's not what we did, but we sure didn't have the instinct we needed to finish them.
What's the atmosphere like now among the team heading into this week?
You know, I think just obviously was disappointed. You've got a 24-hour rule, win or lose, and you know, I think everybody's ready to turn the page. We've already watched the film, and you know, so it's really not 24 hours. It's about 36 because you got to relive it one last time on Monday morning. But, you know, everything lies before us that did. Had we made one of said plays or said decisions or whatever, and McNeese turns out differently, you still got to go and you got to beat Northern Colorado. It's the next game. There's 9 more left, and so it doesn't change anything. It just, you know, eats at you a little bit, letting one slip away like that.
What do you expect from Northern Colorado this week?
You know, they're going to be a very physical ball club. They're coming out of the Big Sky Conference. They're, you know, I call this the Heartbreak Bowl is what I kind of told our team and our staff. I mean, we, you know, that was a tough one for us Saturday. Theirs was even tougher. They beat the Living Thunder at Abilene Christian and lost the game there at the end on a 54-yard walk-off field goal. And so everybody saw what Abilene Christian did to Texas Tech. And so Northern Colorado's coming down out of the Big Sky, have 63 scholarships and well-coached ball club. They're going to be a ground and pound, a bunch of different personnel packages, and really physically try to run you over. So that will be a big challenge for our defense. I thought our run defense this past week was exceptional. And so, but that we're going to need that. And then defensively, they're very, very sound and very, very strong on defense. They're a much improved team, and they're going to be hungry. But it's going to be which team responds and has that killer instinct.
Then any one of your guys that you're really looking to step up this week? Either side of the ball?
This past week?
No, this coming week. Are you any particular one of your players that you're really looking to step up, or area of the team? You
know, I think just, you know, it's more or less a mentality. You know, I mean, we've got to continue to get better, and I thought we made some improvements. That's the thing that makes you a little bit excited as a coach is you know, our offensive production was better. Quaylon Jones rushing for 155 yards. Defense, like I said, run defense I think was 3.2 yards a carry, which was I think better than the week before when they played A&M. Special teams, our kickoff coverage was awesome. But we had a, you know, no one ever really talked about it, but, you know, we snuffed out a fake punt. And that's hard to do. You know, those are surprises. And, you know, so there were some good things there. But, you know, special teams, we left well over 100 yards on the field in return yardage. That we didn't field balls and didn't make good decisions there. And, you know, 100 yards adds up to 6 points in a hurry. It makes a difference in a 4-point ball game. So, you know, you want to continue to see improvement like we have. But the main thing is just a killer instinct and just eliminate a threat, because that team's coming at you to beat you, and you've got to put them away when you have a chance. And I told them this morning, I said, 'cause when I was growing up, I grew up on a farm, and, you know, you're hoeing cotton. That's what I did. And, you know, you got a hoe and you're walking around and you're chopping all the weeds out of cotton. And if you see a rattlesnake, what do, Nathan?
Attack it.
You chop its head off. You know, I mean, I see it, it's a threat, you kill it.
Yeah.
And you continue about you, because if not, that thing slides over a few rows and then it bites you. You know, and that's what we didn't chop the head off the snake Saturday, and we just let them hang around, and they ended up biting us there at the end. And we can talk about this play and that play, but you got to learn how to win. And we're an inexperienced team. We're a young team. We've got one senior on offense, and that's playing. That's Quaylen Jones. And so it's a maturity that we have to go through as a team. And we're not happy where we're at, but we're not the only people in that position. You know, you look across our conference. You know, Nichols has picked to win it. They're 0-3. Garnet Word, you know, been in the playoffs, picked second, I think. They're sitting there at 1-2. Southeast Louisiana 1-2. We're in the same boat everybody else is. It's going to be, how do you respond? Are you going to get better each week and find ways to win games?
Gotcha. And then my last question: how you doing health-wise?
You know, we're banged up a little bit. You know, Jermaine Brown, you know, he's kind of the leader of our team. He missed the game and is, you know, injured right now. We're down 2 starters in the offensive line, and a few other guys bumped and bruised. But, you know, we've got to try to get some of those guys back. But for the most part, everybody's dealing with injuries. Injuries equal opportunities. Time for somebody else to step up in those roles and make plays.
Yeah, Coach, and you know, it's been a lot of negatives so far, so I wanted to give it a little bit of the positive. The offense against I apologize, this past weekend really did a good job, especially in the running game, over 200 yards of offense. What has sort of been the growth that you've seen from the offseason to so far into week 3 with this offensive attack?
Yeah, that's a great question. They were more productive, you know, and so it is a new offense and new players, and you know, we're new, you know, fresh into it, and so it was good to see the improvement from North Texas into this game. Well, we've got to be better at finishing drives. You know, I mean, we fumbled in the red zone. We're 3 for 13 on third down, and so our third down has got to be better, and those guys know that third down equals, you know, first down, and to keep drives alive, and you can't fumble in the red zone. You know, we had 2 of them, including Bruce's, and that's, you know, maybe 3 points on each of those. That's 6 points. That makes a difference. And so it's just finishing drives there offensively is where we need to continue to see that improvement. Hopefully the production continues to improve as well.
So you're welcoming in Northern Colorado, I believe, the first matchup for the 2 programs really ever. It's Parents Weekend. How big is it? I mean, how big is it after a game like that, now that we're turning the page? How big is it for the support to come even more in folds for your program?
Yeah, no, we expect a big crowd. It's family weekend, parents weekend, and home opener, first home game on a Saturday home opener. You know, the game before we played on Thursday night, and you know, this game's got, you know, it's the next one. It's a game to get better. It's a game to improve, and so again, you put that. Had we handled and made this play or that play, and we're 2-1, it doesn't change what. You still got to go in this game. You got to beat Northern Colorado and prepare, and I think our guys will do that. And I think, you know, there'll be a little bit more focus on it, you know, in terms of finishing games and you know, playing for 4 quarters. Defense, run defense was so much better. It's going to have to be there Saturday because this team can run, but we got to finish the 4th quarter. And they were, speaking of third downs, they were really good on third down until the 4th quarter. And so it just gives us a chance, hopefully, to develop that killer instinct and learn how to win and finish game. But need a great crowd. Parents are here. Let's get out and support the Jacks, and it'll be a beautiful day. I think it's supposed to be like 92 degrees, and beautiful weather. So good time for some college football in the Piney Woods.
Jack's looking to rebound and remember the 21st night of September in a positive way. Coach, thanks for the time.
Thank you, Axel.